Hey everybody, this is Vicky or Mama V out here in YouTube, just coming at you with my week 3 post-op VSG update. So if you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. Hope you like what you're gonna hear, and if you want to subscribe anytime, just hit that button down below. If you've come back as a subscriber, thanks so much for returning and hanging with me as I go through this weight loss journey that I'm on. So let's see my stats. I am 46, height is 5'7", and I started this journey last summer, July, August time frame, and I weighed in at 395 pounds. And day of surgery, which was March 13th, 2017, I was 366. And as of yesterday, when I had my surgery follow-up appointment, I weighed in at 339, which is approximately 27 pounds down from surgery or whatever. And total weight loss since start of like 56 pounds. So that's where I am stat-wise. As you can see, I'm back in my office. Today is my first day back as full-time working, and it is right now just about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am beat. I'm ready to go home and call it a day. I don't have a physical job, but I tell you what, it was exhausting, and at noon today I went out to my car and had my lunch, which I'll bring you up to speed on kind of where I am food-wise here in a second, but I just kind of set the recline back in my seat, put some music on, and I took a nap for about an hour. Thankfully, I have a flexible job that, and I am a department of 1, so it's not like anybody missed me anyway. But I'm glad that I was able to do that, because I was wiped out earlier. So much so that it almost makes me wonder, should I even be back to work yet? But I was going stir crazy at home, so I'm glad that I'm back. Let's see. So what's going on? Well, I cut my hair, got about 7 inches cut off the bottom of it, and I colored it, so I'm not an old gray-haired looking lady anymore. I've had gray hair since I was like 15 though, so I struggle with spending the money to keep up with hair color though, so we'll see how long this actually lasts with me. But because it's not cheap, and when it comes down to paying bills or taking care of this mop, bills typically will win out, but we'll see. I just decided that I wanted to look 46. I didn't want to look like I was 60 or 70. And that's my genes for you. I have really, really thin hair though, as you can see. So I also wanted to kind of get a professional opinion on how things are looking as far as hair loss for me, because my hair is such that ever since I had kids, I lose hair all the time anyway. So it's not like I have a bunch to spare. I used to have really, really, really thick hair to the point that I couldn't even really get a brush through it. But such is life. That's what happens. So overall, things are going really, really good. I was released off of the liquid phase yesterday, and I can eat. Okay, so moving forward now, I'm only supposed to have 1 protein shake per day, with the intent being that I'm supposed to get my body used to getting my protein and my nutrients from the food that I take in, and of course keep my water up there at between 60-70 ounces of water a day, which I'm doing. I don't have any issues with that, and I still am really, really surprised at the the amount of water that I can take in. You know, I'm not having to just sit here and take little bitty sips. I can take a good drink of water and not have any issues with it. I know I'm weird. What can I say? But yeah, so in my last video I had said how I was really over this liquid thing and I really wanted to just be able to eat, and I couldn't wait to, I was anticipating coming home from my appointment yesterday and making like a omelet or something. And what I ended up doing was I had some leftover chicken from Saturday. I made a roast chicken for my family. And so I was just going to have that for me, because it was just one little piece of chicken that was left. And before I warmed it up and everything, I said, well, I'm just going to take a bite of it and see how it goes first. And here's what I learned. Number one, cold meat like that is number one. It's not as moist as when you first cook it. So note to self, do not attempt to just eat cold chicken, because I took 2 bites. The first bite, I thought, okay, I can do this, I can do this. And in the process of taking the second bite is when I got the first, holy crap, that hurt pain. It like got stuck like right at the top of my stomach. And it was probably 45 minutes to an hour that I was like, okay, I can't sit that way, let me try this way, and trying to maneuver my body all over the place to just try to get that chicken to settle. It eventually did, but what I realized is that it was not moist enough, and they had suggested I can have any kind of meat that I want. It doesn't matter if it's fish, if it's chicken, if it's tuna, if it's red meat, if it's pork, whatever. I can do anything that I want. But they caution it needs to be moist, and if you have a piece that seems a little bit dry, have some gravy or some sauce or something to go with it so that it helps the process. Yeah, so that's my little point of that. Today for lunch I had about 2 ounces of lemon pepper tuna with some mayo mixed into it, and that has stayed without it. I didn't have an issue with that going down, and no issues this afternoon afterwards. So I think that's going to be my lunch for the next few days, because I made, it was a 4-ounce package, so I for sure got lunch for tomorrow, because I only ate about half of it. But once I get my protein in, I can have soft vegetables, meaning that they need to be cooked or steamed so that they're really soft. No raw vegetables. And I can also have soft fruit, meaning like canned peaches or canned pears, or applesauce. Not like raw apples, because they're too hard yet for my tummy. But so that's where I am. I kind of feel somewhat human today with that. And of course I can have copious amounts of cheese, you know, that I want. My focus is to get the protein in first and then go from that. And I found it interesting that I am okay. They say that mashed potatoes are okay, but that's about the only starch carb that they are okay. Like rice and pasta right now, and bread, no, that's not even close to being okay, which is fine. I was surprised by the mashed potatoes, but you know, there's other nutrients in the potatoes than just the starch, which makes sense, I guess. Whatever, I'm just gonna go ahead and follow my plan. I see the surgeon next Friday, because he wasn't available yesterday. He's at a conference this week or something. I have one little incision that's just kind of being a pain in the rear end. But I just need to keep Neosporin and hydrogen peroxide, and it's all good. As far as the weight loss goes, you know, I'm happy with it. The number seems like crazy a lot, but like look at how loose these rings are. Can you see that? Can you see how loose them are? Yeah, they fly around my finger like it's nothing. So not to the point, you know, they don't fall off or anything, but even my ring that my kids got me for Christmas this year is, you know, it's loose. And again, not that it's gonna fall off on its own, but and my clothes definitely are looser. I'm having a bit of wardrobe malfunction today, and I am gonna have to get creative with my work wardrobe, because I thought that I was kind of at least sitting okay, but I'm not. And I really need to not have my pants fall off as I'm walking across the hall. So yeah, I'm gonna be fixing that. But otherwise, like, when I look at myself in the mirror and stuff, I don't see the changes. I'm glad that I had these other things like my rings and my seatbelt, and like I moved my car seat up this morning. My clothes, even like my shoes are looser on me. So I'm glad that I have those things to help keep my brain in check, because visually I still look the same to me as what I did 3, 4, 5 months ago. So that's where I am, and that's a process, and I'm hoping that everything will just kind of catch up on its own and go from there. But yesterday they were asking me, you know, so have anyone come up to you and said, have you lost weight, or what's going on with you, or anything? And no one else has, you know, made comment about that either. No one. But you know, today's my first day back at work too, and it's amazing, like, what people talk about when they think they know what's going on with you, but they don't. The types of things that I have heard that I took off for is it makes me laugh. But that's okay, you know, because the people that need to know, and I'm not ready to put it all out there yet. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll have an unveiling or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of where I am with stuff. I'm not really having any issues. I thought that I was going to be having some constipation issues, but in talking with the PA yesterday and everything, what he said makes sense, because I haven't taken in very much nutrition. That means that I shouldn't be having, you know, bathroom moments, you know, like every day. He said if you go like a week and you haven't had one, okay, now we can talk and we can see what else we need to be doing. But if it's, you know, once a week, even like twice a week, he says that's totally fine. And that as I start, where I can start getting in some natural fiber from veggies and stuff like that, I should find myself getting more regular. So I'm looking forward to that. Otherwise, everything else, you know, it's all about balance, and it's all about finding that routine, sticking to it, and I'm just hopeful that I can keep things going, and I'm happy that things are moving in the downward direction still. I am worried about hitting that first plateau, that first stall, and I think I'm going to have issues with it, but we'll worry about that when that time comes. But anyway, I hope y'all are having a good week. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much. Y'all know how much I appreciate you, and I'll check in again soon. Thanks.